Hello viewers, welcome back to another video lecture of Financial Derivative and Risk Management. In Financial Derivative and Risk Management, we had discussed about the financial futures, forwards and many other things. Also we have discussed on options and types of options. Today we are going to discuss another important type of financial derivative, that is swap. So simply if you think that what this swap or swapping is, it is just exchange of something. Just imagine you have a book which your friend didn't have and your friend has a book which you don't have. So what you can do after completing your portion, you can exchange your books with one another. This is what simply swap is. So when we are talking of swapping in financial term or specifically in derivatives, it is the exchange of the contract. So what this swap is in detail we are going to read in today's video lecture. So without much delay, let's start the topic of today's discussion, that is swap. So in the recent past, there has been integration of financial markets worldwide which have led to the emergence of some innovative financial instruments. In a complex world of a variety of financial transactions being taken place every now and then, there arises a need to understand the risk factors and the mechanism to avoid the risk involved in these financial transactions. The recent trends in financial markets show increased volume and size of swaps market. So when the multinational corporations operating in various countries could not remit funds back and forth among their subsidiaries due to exchange controls exercised by various governments on the capital flows, they came out with innovations of back-to-back or parallel loans among themselves. So upon a removal of restrictions on the capital flows, these loans later developed into a full financial product that is called as swaps. So if you see, the dictionary meaning of swap is to exchange something for another. So like other financial derivative, swap is also agreement between two parties to exchange cash flows, and the cash flows may arise due to change in interest rate or currency or equity or many other things. So a swap is a derivative contract where two parties exchange the financial instruments. Now this swap is, in the simplest form, may be defined as an exchange of future cash flows between two parties as agreed upon according to the terms of the contract. And the basis of future cash flow can be exchange rate for currency or financial swap and or the interest rate for interest rate swaps. Apart from interest rates and currency rates, the formula for determination of the periodic cash flows can be equity returns, commodity prices and so on. So in essence, one of the cash flow would be fixed, called fixed leg, while the other called floating leg would be variable depending on the value of the variable identified for the swap. So this is basically what swap is. As we have said, the basic concept of swap or swapping is the exchange. Suppose for example, we can take that we are taking on the financial instruments or financial commodities, and in that we might have a fixed rate of interest, or it might have, or we might have the floating rate of interest. And in due course, what we felt that the fixed rate of interest that we are paying on the financial instrument is actually we are losing in that. That means the rate of interest that is fluctuating or floating is going down the fixed rate of interest that we are paying. So it might be a very sorry position for us, and we felt that it would be better if we would have gone for the floating rate of interest. And the vice versa might happen, like if we had gone for the floating rate of interest, and with the fluctuation of rate of interest we come to know or we realize that we are paying more than the fixed rate of interest that is there on the financial instrument. So in that case, when we are not satisfied or we want or wish to have the alternate, we can go for the exchange of that or the swapping of that. That is what swap is, and that is what is the instinct of investors, or we can say that is the psychological human tendency that we seek for something which we are not having. So swapping gives the opportunity to the counterparties to exchange something and get something that is not with them. So that is what swapping. And now let's have a discussion on what are the features of this swap is. So if you see, the first and foremost thing that we have is the counterparties. As we know, in any financial derivative, it is a contract between two parties that is there also in swapping or swap. In this also we have counterparties. So these financial swaps involve the agreement between two or more parties to exchange cash flows or the parties interested in exchanging their liabilities. So there are two counterparties. So there are counterparties, those which are involving or those which are going to swap their liabilities with each other. Second is the facilitators. The amount of cash flow exchange between parties is huge and also the process is complex. So this is what the facilitators is. So therefore, to facilitate the transaction, an intermediary comes into picture which brings the different parties together for this big deal. So as the amount of cash flow is huge, so there are the facilitators who are facilitating the parties or which are getting the parties together for this big deal. So this may be the brokers whose objective is to intimate the counterparties to finalize the swap deals. And while swap dealers are themselves counterpartied who bear a risk and provide portfolio management services. Apart from that, what we have are the cash flows, which is an important and significant feature of the swap, and the present value of future cash flows are estimated by the counterparties before entering into a contract. Both the parties want to get assurance of exchanging same financial liabilities before the swap deal. Next, we have less documentation, which is an important feature of swap. So it is required in case of swap deals because the deals are based on the needs of parties. Therefore, fewer complexes and less risk consuming. Then we have the transaction costs. So generating very less percentage is involved in swap agreement. And next we have the benefit to both parties. So the swap agreement will be attractive only when parties get benefits of these agreements. Then we have the default risk, which is higher in swaps than the option and futures because the parties may default the payment. So these are the various features of a swap contract are. Now what could be the different types of financial swaps? So these financial swaps or the swaps agreement provide a mechanism to hedge the risk of the counterparties, as we have seen. And these swaps are generally of these following types, that are the interest rate swaps, in which we have different interest rate swaps like a plain vanilla swap, a basis swap, an amortizing swap, step up swap, extendable swap, delayed swaps or deferred swaps what we are saying, or forward swap what we are saying. Then we have differential swaps. These are the types of interest rate swaps that is available. Apart from that, we have currency swaps and the basis swaps. So these are the various types of financial swaps that are available. So as we have seen, these swaps are the types of financial derivative that is available to exchange the cash flow with one party with the another counterparty. And this swap contract could be of a very important type of derivative in which there is a scope of hedging the risk of the counterparties. And these swaps give the opportunity to interchange the rate of interest or the currency or the equity risk that you are feeling are there with these swaps, with the financial instruments. These swaps are having specific features which make it distinct from the other financial derivative instruments that are available, and there is a minimal charges, there is high default risk, and there are many other distinct features which are there in this swap. This swap contract could be of various types that we had already talked of, and these swaps types are on the three major bases what we are doing or what we are having, that are the interest rate swaps or the currency swaps or the basis swaps. So in the types of swaps, again we can have various types of swaps in the interest rate swaps, as it is the most widely known type of swap, or that is the most widely known swap that the investors are opting for. So in this interest rate swap, what we are doing, we are exchanging or we are interchanging or we are swapping the interest rates. So when we are talking of this interest rate swap, what could be there, that we could go for and fixed interest rate, or it might be a floating interest rate. So when we have a fixed interest rate and some counterparty is having a floating interest rate, we can exchange it for the fixed period of time and with a certain percentage. That is what the interest rate swapping is. And this interest rate swapping could be of various types, and according to the specification in which we are swapping our interest, these types of interest rates are there. And similarly, the currency swaps in which we are dealing, that is also available when we are dealing with some international businesses or we are doing some overseas business and we need to exchange our currencies. There is a high risk of loss, or there is a high risk which can be hedged by this swapping of these currency discrepancies. And this is what could be the type of swap we can take with the currency rates. That is what the currency swap is. So like that, we have the various types of swaps which is very beneficiary for the investors or the financial market participants. So this could be the various types of swap. So what this interest rate swap is? So let's have a look that what this interest rate swap is. So if you see, in this interest rate swap, the counterparties agrees to exchange one stream of future interest payments for another based on a predetermined notional principal amount. Generally, these interest rate swaps involve the exchange of a fixed interest rate for a floating interest rate, as we have said. So it is simply a rate swap, what we are saying it, and is which an agreement between two parties to exchange a sequence of interest payments without exchanging the underlying debt is done. So in a typical fixed or floating rate swap, the first party promises to pay to the second at designated intervals a stipulated amount of interest calculated at a fixed rate on a notional principal. So, the second party promises to pay to the first at the same intervals a floating amount of interest on the notional principal calculated according to a floating rate index. So, the interest rate swap is essentially a strip of forward contracts exchanging interest payments. Thus, the interest rate swaps like interest rate futures or interest rate forward contracts offer a mechanism for restructuring cash flows and, if properly used, provide a financial instrument for hedging against this interest rate risk that is there. So, with the bank as intermediary and each party deals with the bank rather than each other, interest rate swaps can be categorized as the fixed to floating or floating to fixed. So, now what this fixed to floating is? In the fixed to floating rate swaps, the party pays fixed rate of interest to the bank or swap dealer and in exchange receives a floating rate interest determined on the basis of the reference or the benchmark rate at predetermined intervals of time. So, such a swap is used by a firm which has a floating rate liability and it anticipates a rise in the interest rates. So, through the swap, the firm will cancel out the receipt and payments of floating rate and have cash outflow based on the fixed rate of interest. Now, the other one, that is the floating to fixed rate. In this kind of swap, the party pays floating rate of interest to the bank or swap dealer and in exchange receives a fixed rate interest at predetermined intervals of time. So, such a swap is used by a firm who has fixed rate liability and it anticipates a fall in the interest rate. So, through the swap, the firm will cancel out the receipts and payments of fixed rate liability and have cash outflow based on the floating rate of interest. So, this is what the fixed to floating and floating to fixed rate and floating to fixed kind of interest rate swaps are. Another type that is there is the float to float. So, the companies sometimes enter into a swap to change the type or tenure of the index that may pay, and this is known as a basis swap. So, a company can swap from the 3-month LIBOR to 6 months LIBOR, for example, either because the rate is more attractive or it matches other payment flows. So, a company can also switch to a different index such as the federal funds rate, commercial paper or the treasury bill rate. So, that is what the float to float is. Apart from that, we categorize the interest rate swaps into these various types, as we have already said, like a plain vanilla swap, a basis swap, an amortizing swap, a step up swap, extendable swap, delayed start swaps or deferred swaps or forward swaps what we are seeing, and the differential swaps. So, what these types of interest rate swaps are and the other types of swap we will be discussing in our next class. So, for today this is all that we have to discuss. Keep watching. Thank you.